ain't even Isaac, but it is Isaac. I hate when coffee shops close at 4. Like, I need my evening coffee, man. I hear you. Sometimes I want to stop in, not for a coffee, but for like a little pastry. And then the coffee shop closed at like 3:30. And I'm like, I respect it in the sense that, you know, you're working the shop, you got your fingers in the dough. You don't want to be there like 17 hours a day or something like that. But at the same time, it's like, what if I want a nice chocolate chip cookie? I throw my latkes in the air sometimes, saying ayo. Spin the dreidel. Happy Hanukkah, Northern Lion. Happy Hanukkah to you as well. Like and subscribe. Happy Hanukkah to you as well. That reminds me actually that my daughter was listening to Dynamite by Tayo Cruz. So I thought that it couldn't get worse than Minecraft parodies, but then she's actually used the Minecraft parody as a jumping off point to get into 2010 era top 40 garbage, which is, you know, in its own way even worse. But it's part of the musical journey, to be fair. And if she could get it out of her system at like age 5 and move past it, that would put her ahead of the majority of the populace, I would say. Huge. That's huge. It was a peak time for music? No, not for popular music. No, absolutely not. And you might say, how would you know? I was there. I was 21 in the summer of 2010. And yes, that is when California Girls came out, which you're using it as evidence that music was good back then, and I am using it as evidence that a lot of popular music was not good back then. When they'd hit you with the California Girls straight into Hey Soul Sister on the radio, and you're like, take me back. Is it possible that you don't want to go back for the music, but just because you were like, 17 years old? That sounds more realistic to me. Hey Soul Sister 1,000 times worse than California Girls? No, it's probably like 10 times worse than California Girls. It's a lot worse. I would certainly say order of magnitude worse. I wouldn't say 1,000 times, because California Girls, she wasn't sending her best, to be honest with you. What's her best? Roar, Teenage Dream, the song, not the album. I don't know what's on the album, but California Girls with the fuck ass Snoop Dogg feature. No, we will not be nostalgic about California Girls. Help me. Should have saved the bomb, bro. Roar is shit. Well, you gotta remember, again, I guess I shouldn't even be talking about this, because, like, I was at the age where I was able to, like, pick what music I listened to instead of just, like, you're like, oh, today's jailer is actually, like, pretty benevolent. Like, hoping that the school bus has a playlist that's not horrible, I guess, but, huge. We go down to the next level. This guy's car CD player worked? I can't remember. I think I was listening to a lot of radio back then, but I wasn't choosing the song most of the... Well, it depends. Fellas, you know what it's like. You're driving to your girlfriend's house playing Spider-Land by Slint. You pick her up, you drive back to the movie theater, and all of a sudden you're listening to Your Love Is My Drug by Kesha or something like that. Tale as old as time. Which means, if anything, I have a lot more reason to be nostalgic about the California Girls era than you do. Had a lot of good times summer of 2010, but still, I can't debase myself by stooping to the level of dishonesty and saying that that's a good song. It's not the worst song ever made, but 303? Now we're talking 303. You can catch me in a three-way while I'm on the freeway. Yeah, ladies, you gotta answer for your crimes, okay? Why aren't you fucking with Reminiscing by the Little River Band? And don't say 'cause it sucks. Have you heard the vocal tone that they have on that song? Friday night, it was late, I was walking you home. We got down to the lake and I was dreaming of the night. Would it turn out right? Because it sucks. Okay, go back to Your Love Is My Drug. Which is actually not even the worst Kesha song. The worst Kesha song is definitely TikTok. And the best one is that other one that I always forget the name of, that they played on like 6 Peloton rides total. Say it. Not Blow. What's the, not Die Young, not Timber. We Are Who We Are, that's it. Certainly not Timber, no. Certainly not. Farming the worst takes of all time. Basically, I'm just realizing this is the first time you've talked to someone who's not, like, 29 in your life. Which I get, by the way, because sometimes you'll be like, you know, everyone is like my generational cohort. And then all of a sudden you talk to someone who's like 6 years older than you, and they start saying some shit like, yeah, I was never really fucking with Napoleon Dynamite. And you're like, what? Everybody loves Napoleon Dynamite. Everybody I've ever talked to, 98% of whom were born within 12 months of my own birthday, think that movie is awesome. What are you talking about? My name of Jeff, though. My name of Jeff, pretty good. Timber was a banger at house parties? Bro, everything's a banger at house parties. What are you talking about? We were listening to pure garbage. You'd be like, oh, you don't like that song? You should try listening to it off 14 beers. Say that shit after 14 beers and then tell me how you feel about it. I got head to Timber, can't recommend. Whatever, buddy. I got sucked off during Finding Forrester. You ain't special. Way of the world. Stay alive long enough, you'll get sucked off during some fuck-ass media. It doesn't make it good. That being said, Finding Forrester's actually pretty good. I should rewatch it. Finding Forrester ain't that bad. Kind of underrated, I would say. I got sucked off to The Waterboy. That's fucking sick, dude. That's like a Gen X dream come true. Holy cow. Average 46-year-old in chat be like, what? During the best movie ever made? That's crazy. I think we'll just head down, man. Finding Nemo for me? That's fucked up. That's not okay. Yeah, I'm sure, like, it's happened a lot while watching Twitch, but I just, like, whenever someone tells me about that, I just go, you know, that poor woman. She was really... she was fiending. That can't be a proud moment. That she was like, ah, whatever. Sure. It's heteronormative? Yeah, because it's funnier that way. It's just two dudes sucking each other off watching Twitch. I mean, what do you want me to say? Good for them, but also, like, I don't know. Leave me out of it. I prefer the idea that it's like an I can fix him moment. It's the origin point of an I can fix him type relationship. Got sucked off to The Exorcist. I feel like a horror movie is pretty classic. Were you scared? I mean, I feel like that would be crossing my mind too. Like Finding Forrester, at no point was I like, oh, someone's head is gonna like spin around the projectile vomit or whatever. You were playing ranked for sure. Take me to the next level. Punch the keys, for God's sakes. During Skyrim? That just doesn't, like... I don't know. Good for you guys. That doesn't really appeal to me. I honestly, I think that's a situation I might pause and put the controller down. It's like, because Skyrim fucking sucks, mostly. I mean, if you were playing, like, if it was like a Dark Souls invasion or something like that, there's like no pause button. But I'd be like, you know what? I think honestly, this clears the shit out of Skyrim right now. I'm gonna sit my Khajiit ass down and listen. Handy while playing ranked Smash Bros. Like, honestly, that's just fucking... Like, that's just disgusting. Like, it's just one of those things where it's like... Yes, thank you for saying it's degen. I don't know what to say about it. It's just... It didn't happen? I bet it did happen, and that's worse, man. Like, you ever have an annoying roommate, and you're like, he's never gonna get a girlfriend, and then, like, the worst possible thing happens. He gets a girlfriend that's, like, twice as annoying as he is. And you're like, fuck. Fuck-ass monkey's paw, god damn it. You're like, buddy, you gotta get your shit together if you ever wanna meet someone. And then he doesn't get his shit together and he meets someone even more fucked up, and you're like, I guess there really is someone for everyone, but why the fuck she's sleeping on our couch every night? She's been in our house for like 27 days straight, and now we're having house meetings about whether or not she's gotta start paying utilities. Get me out of here. Youch! Worst bomb of all time just dropped. Too real, get me out. The bit was, do you ever have an annoying roommate and then you're like, he'll never get a girlfriend, but then the worst possible thing happens, he gets a girlfriend that's even more annoying than him. Youch! Not like that, like you got bit by a damn alligator. Why'd you repeat the whole thing? I remembered what website I was on. Then people will join, like, after the bit and be like, I don't get it. And then you're like, that's because you didn't hear it. And then you gotta, like, repeat the entire joke. Because otherwise, if they don't get it, they blame you. Not hating, but a part of me genuinely wonders how many hours of this you've played. Not hating, but numbers exist is basically, that's your sentence. Not hating. But the more you do something, the more you've done it. I don't take it as a hate comment. I'm just sort of like, I take it as like a... Just sort of like a... I guess I don't really understand... I guess I don't really understand the comment. I wonder things every day, man. Fucking magnets, how do they work? That shit is real, though. And don't spin me some fucking yarn about, oh, there's a spin on the ion. Oh, it wants electrons so bad. It really wants electrons so bad, and then, like, another ion is like, oh, I'd love to fucking give up my electrons. Like, you believe that shit? It's metal, bro. They don't want anything. It's not fucking alive. Stupid ass. You're absolutely right. They're talking about these, like, little pieces of iron as if it's Julie Delpy from Before Sunrise. Like, they aren't real yearners, man. They don't know shit about Clementine Krasinski. Can I get some damage? Can I get a large damage, please? What do you yearn for? I don't have too much yearning right now. I've kind of like, I've actualized some of my yearning, I suppose. You might say that's sad, but like almost all yearning is associated with like romantic love. That's got to be like 90% of worldwide yearning is essentially like a crush. And the rest of it, I mean, what is the rest? Money? That's not yearning. That's wanting. Those are two different things. That's not a deep spiritual, like almost like a magnetic, a fleshy magnetic pull. Good cheeseburger? No, you guys don't. This is why you can't have conversations like this on this website. You guys are confusing a want with a yearn. A yearn is something different. A yearn is like a Jane Austen, like you've bewitched me body and soul type thing. Now, someone's I yearn for community. I think that could be real. I think you could be longing for, you know, to be truly seen and understood by a cabal of like-minded individuals for sure. But you can't be saying, oh, I'm yearning for like a hot chicken sandwich or something like that. Just like you're just hungry. That's not a real yearn. You can't have a temporary yearning, I think. Why not? Because then it's not a yearning, it's a momentary impulse. You should know by now that it's just a spasm, man. Like a sundae in TJ, that it's cheap but it's not free. Perfect age to watch before sunrise. Well, I don't know, the age you are now if you haven't seen it, how about that? True. It's very good. Yeah, and I saw it, I think I saw it when I was 17. I saw it in the perfect scenario. Hey, I'm watching a movie with a girl I've had a crush on for like 3 years that I will never tell her that I have a crush on her. And it's senior year of high school. Let's watch Before Sunrise. So you might say I didn't understand the movie until you hear the context. Trust me, I understood the fuck out of Before Sunrise. But I think you got to be a little bit older to understand, or to really understand Before Sunset. So you might want to see the first one when you're like 17, and then I would say see the second one when you're like 51. Which Richard Linklater, I mean, I don't know if you know Boyhood, but he'd probably be stoked about that. He would probably be like, yes, we've had method acting, but now we have method viewing. Previously, the only movie known to have the phenomenon of method viewing was Drive, where, like, young men would see it and then temporarily become Ryan Gosling. But they would still have, like, they would have, you know, those oval glasses. You know, the thin oval glasses? You know the ones I'm talking about? Librarian, you know what I'm talking about. But they would also have the scorpion jacket. They'd have a little bit of both. Fuck that, man. Spit up! Spit up! Spread up! Speed up! Freddie Mercury playing Isaac. Librarian isn't here. Librarian's probably going through like copyright school on YouTube right now. Apparently the new video got taken down. I thought it was a scat man. I've been there, Librarian. I've been there. For what? I don't know. Free speech doesn't exist anymore or something. It's also possible that they just had to edit something out of it. I don't know. But like the Discord lit up like a Christmas tree, man. For me, I remember going to copyright school, and I still think that E1, the film distributor, should actually be forced to go to copyright school, because I called my Tarkov video Blinded by the Light, because I got blinded by a flashlight in the game. And apparently E1 had a movie coming out called Blinded by the Light. So without actually watching the video, they went, oh, you must have uploaded our whole movie to the website. So fuck you, here's a copyright strike. I was mad, man. I had to go through that like Happy Tree Friends fucked up, should you upload, you love a TV show, should you re-upload it to YouTube, yes or no? I had to go through that whole fucking test. Like I'm a goddamn moron, because they fucked up. All knowledge? Sadly. What was the conclusion? I basically emailed everybody that I knew with a connection at YouTube and went off. And then eventually someone got back to me and was like, we'll reach out to them. And then within like a day and a half, it was fixed. But like, that's a good outcome, but like, I did not consider it an honest mistake. Let's put it that way. One of the YouTubers I watch can claim any Civ 6 video. No, I know what you're saying, because I also had like 50 videos claimed this weekend because a Russian YouTuber played Ultimate Chicken Horse. So you wake up to like all these emails that are like, this video cannot be monetized because it uses copywritten content, and then like all of the source you supposedly stole the content from is all in Cyrillic. But they fix that pretty quick usually. This is like, people on YouTube, and I don't blame you, I blame YouTubers, because they lie for sympathy. A copyright strike and a content ID match are very different. A copyright strike is like a company said, you have my shit, fuck you. A content ID match is like almost always like a developer used a song they didn't own the like in perpetuity licensing rights to, so now like you gotta pay the piper. So like the claims are one thing, the strike's a whole different ball game. German Lullaby channel claims Eris theme. Gung gung gung. Gung gung gung. Gung 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 gung. This is where it would be so nice to hit like that PlayStation 1 audio chip harmony where you get like doo 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 doo. You know what I'm talking about? Where Nobuo Uematsu brings in all the other digital instruments on the codec. Doo 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 doo. What a track, man. We gotta get a Nobuo Uematsu Koji Kondo track, man. Dire Dire Docks crossed with the Golden Saucer theme or something. You been to as many Final Fantasy concerts as Disney cruises? No, I've been to 2 Final Fantasy concerts, and they were on the same night at Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest. And I don't really know, even to this day, anything about Final Fantasy XIV, but Kate wanted to go to the concert, so we went to the concert. It was like an hour long, and it was one of those concerts where they played all the songs that they had, and then they asked the audience, what would you like us to play again? And then they played another song that they had already played. They had like 53 minutes of music planned for a 60-minute set. Oh. Haven't been able to see you in the Eras Tour Vancouver concert yet. Yeah, you won't find me there because the concert takes place at night. But my daughter did have some friends who went to the Eras Tour concert for sure. Which is actually insane because that thing, I guess, based on the movie, is like 4 hours long. And they were 5 years old at the time, so... No item room, huh? I was just gonna ask how you felt about 5-year-olds going to that. I'm choosing to plead. I've already had a lot of music takes here. So I'm choosing to plead the Fifth Amendment. I guess what I would say is I don't have a problem with it because I think her music can be enjoyed by 5-year-olds. I'm not saying it's for 5-year-olds. I'm saying there's no reason that a 5-year-old should not be listening to it. And you can go back, maybe Librarian will one day make a Taylor Swift compilation. I'm not an anti-Taylor Swift person. I'm a neutral to mildly positive Taylor Swift music opinion individual. In the sense that, like, when I hear the songs, I go, that song ain't too bad. It's just, for me, it's, I guess, at odds with her insane level of popularity. But, like, you know, everybody gets one vote, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, retrospectively, I don't like the song because it's okay, but it's not as good as the amount of people that are saying it's good. I think it's, you know... One second, I'm trapped in a poop prison here.
Shot speed.
Shot speed! They'll get you for that one? No, I'm at peace with the Swifties, man. I'm at war with the motherfucking Mystics. Taylor Swift or Steely Dan? You don't want to get into that. Oh, man. Who's the Mystics? Ratty boy, you don't know the Flaming Lips, man? I thought for sure you would have known the Flaming Lips. Kinda? Well, obviously not really, because that's like one of their albums. It's probably one of the ones that came out after you were born, too. So you got, well, I was going to say you have no excuse, but you do have an excuse. It's not one of their best. It's a fairly mid album, but... Hey, come over here. You only really need to know Yoshimi and the soft bulletin. Wrong! You only need to know the soft bulletin and then embryonic. But you can choose to know Yoshimi. You can't not know Yoshimi, is the thing. So you got nothing to concern yourself there. You will know it. He's a knower? That's the thing, man. People think I'm just making stuff up off the top of my head. I've done the required listening. 25 minutes just to get through the depths part 1. Fuck you, man. This one, Death Mr. Demon 2, I'm sorry, you just gotta go. And you've gotta go because I want to ban you because I didn't like the message you wrote, and then B, I want you to write something insane in the unban request. I want you to write something that's probably like a reference to another streamer that I do not know, so that I can feel good about the ban. You just, no disrespect, you just got the vibe of someone who's going to reference another streamer in the unban request as if, like, I know who that is. Some people just have that vibe. I mean, not librarian, sorry, Origin, you're gonna take offense to that, but it was just a slip of the tongue. You see it a lot, man. You see it a lot. And I'm not gonna say the streamers' names, because I don't think it's their fault, necessarily, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Actually, no, the thing is, you guys are gonna be like, I 100% know who you're talking about, and then you're gonna say a name, which is not who I'm talking about. But I know who I'm talking about, so... And that's all that matters to me, I guess. Hours of operation during the holidays? Not 100% sure yet. If I had to guess, and this is subject to change, I'll probably take the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th off. 26th is a holiday in Canada. 25th is obviously Christmas. 24th is just because, like, I'm just going to say it, man. I think we might want guillotine. I feel like the 24th actually might be, like, the best day of the year. Usually, you, like, don't do that much. Like Christmas is usually great, but also you got a lot to do. You got it's like but then Christmas Eve, usually you're off, chill out, maybe open one present or something like that. Have your kid open one present. Nice dinner or something like that. Hold. Pajamas? I'll probably be wearing like grown-up clothes or whatever, but like you can wear pajamas. I won't be mad at you for it. Maybe watch some Christmas movies or something like. It's just a nice chill day. I really like taking the 24th, and then it's probably the weekend. So I guess technically it would be like probably the 24th to like the 27th off or something like that, or the 28th maybe. Christmas maybe falls on a Thursday this year. 29th is the Monday, okay. But there is the schedule might get screwed up because, like, again, I know, like, you're sick of hearing about it, but try living it. Like, it all depends on my daughter's school schedule. So she's, like, out for winter break soon. And once she gets out for winter break, like, you know, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. There's a lot of stuff that could screw up the availability during that time period. They're out for a month? They're literally never in school. Librarian, are you okay? I see you in chat. What happened to your video today? Was it too hot for YouTube to handle? Hold. Lamau, what? I just saw it. Spill the tea. It's because you kept talking about sex? I guess maybe like a little talk about it or like some talk about it during a video is like okay. But like I guess if the whole video is about it, they might take issue. Which, by the way, and you know, I've got... one of the things that makes the dynamic interesting is I think the fact that you and I are like, we have aligned incentives, but we have different means of like getting there. So like I don't control your content from the top down, and you don't control my content from the bottom up, right? We're both figuring it out as we go. But I kind of don't understand like why that wouldn't be appropriate for YouTube. Like I found myself being like, if anything, you posted some fucked up thumbnails that I wish you wouldn't post. But like why is speaking about sexual content considered like not appropriate for YouTube? Unless when you posted the video, you did the thing that all YouTubers do where they go, "Oh yeah, this is family friendly," or something like that. Like when in your self-questionnaire, did you go no swearing, no sexual No, I didn't ask if you marked it for kids. I asked if you went through the monetization questionnaire honestly and said, oh, he edited in a lot of diagrams. The diagrams might take it a step too far. No, I did not. Oh, okay, never mind. There's you too can fall victim to misinformation. Lie or chatter? Okay, librarian, but you can't get mad about that because you lie for your own amusement all the time. It's hypocritical. Oh, relax. Don't just say, oh, relax. I fucking got you. Maybe it's YouTube AI moderation. Wouldn't surprise me, man. Wouldn't surprise me. But like, I still push back on the idea that that's inappropriate for the platform. Like, what's inappropriate about it as long as it's marked appropriately for the right demographic? I didn't say it's educational. I don't think there's anything educational what we were talking about, but it's just like, I don't know. I guess talking about getting fucked in the ass, I don't think is like, how is that TOS? People are out there fucking in the ass. It's fine. It's a thing that happens. The section it marked as problematic is someone could fuck you in the butt while you jerk off. That's not problematic. It would be it's problematic to say that that's problematic. There's nothing problematic about it. That's good. Yeah, that's good intel. That's a tip and a trick. I think it's messed up, man. And I'm only like half joking. Like, I can understand, you know, being, I don't know, like Joan Allen's husband from Pleasantville and being offended that people are having a good time out there. But I just can't, I sort of don't think that that means it should have been taken down off the website. Crude, sure. Well, crude, of course it's crude. That was the point. The crudité is the point. Anyway, I think probably it'll be okay. Did it ask you to edit it out? Was it like... So like you can use AI falsely claimed your video, but don't worry, you can use AI to excise the offending part of the video so that nobody has to lose out on any revenue. No, it's just down. That's crazy. We gotta put the system on trial, man. That is insane. And it was a tame thumbnail. Well, that's the first thing I said, because people are prone to hysterics, is like, maybe it was the thumbnail, and they said the thumbnail was normal, and I said, well, maybe they took it down to like edit something into it or something like that, but apparently not. Well, it's simple. We get them back by making even more objectionable content. Which, by the way, is not objectionable at all. I'm sorry to keep harping on this as if I'm trying to farm, like, you know, woke points or something like that, but it's not objectionable to speak about sex. Even if it is... I don't even think it's a depraved sex act. I don't think getting fucked in the butt while jerking off is a depraved sex act. I think that's just a kind of sex. That just seems like they're having fun. I don't know what you want me to say. It's just an alternate kit, man. You're teaching good tech? Maybe they're mad because I'm LARPing because I've never done it, but like... My favorite boss? Boss that puts unavoidable spikes on the ground? We need the hearts, sadly. Boss that gives you visual snow like an acid user? I don't really get it. Deleted for gay baiting. Well, no! We were not gay baiting. Because I specifically said a woman could fuck you in the butt. By whatever means are available. That's not gay baiting. It's kind of like, it's peg baiting, which is still disingenuous, but not for the same, you know, you don't get the same squeeze out of it, I guess. See, I don't know. I'm offended on your behalf, librarian. Let's put it that way. And I mean that genuinely. I'm half putting some sauce on it, but half like, it seems like they crossed the line. Put it back up with an educational tag. Now you're talking. This is good. Tiny Ring is good, right? I'm homesick from school. What did you watch when you were homesick from school? We were a Price is Right household. Bigly. 9 a.m., Regis and Kathy Lee. Until Kelly took over. Then we watched Regis and Kelly. Didn't really change the quality of the show very much. Then we watched The Price is Right. That comes on at 11. What was on at 10 a.m.? Couldn't have been that fucking good, because I don't really remember. Maybe we caught like the second half of Good Morning America or something like that. Weird ass show to watch as like a Canadian 9-year-old, but... Still some respect for The Price is Right, for sure. You know what the worst show on TV... I don't know if the show is still on TV. It might have just been a COVID-era, like, fever dream. That Meredith Vieira show that was, like, Pictionary over Zoom. That one is insanely bad. And that... Oh, you know what? Let's pop this so we don't die. Is it a Canadian-only thing? No, bro. Your country foisted Meredith Vieira upon us. This shit is not Canadian-only. What are you talking about? Okay, Ridiculousness is pretty bad. Who? She's one of the original hosts of The View. She took over Who Wants to Be a Millionaire after Regis retired. I think we're gonna lose this one. I think we're going to lose it because I should not have taken Guillotine, even though I needed the damage. Eddie, with all due respect, Eddie, how many messages is this about pajamas in one day? What age should you start wearing adult clothes instead of pajamas? I don't know, man. When you... It's for you to figure out, I suppose. It's up to your personal tastes, I guess. Just live your life. I can't be consulted on every minor decision. I got my own decisions to make, man. That's insane. I'm not a pajama Andy, but like if you're a pajama Andy, you don't need to wait for the streamer to sign off. My parents are, I think it's a backlash to my parents. Like, in some ways, you always end up living an identical and yet inverted life from the people who raised you. My parents are big, like, hey, the day is done. Save my life, please. The day is done. Let's all put on our pajamas and relax type people. And as a result, I have grown up as a... I'm just gonna put on clothes at, like, you know, when I wake up and then wear them until I go to sleep type of guy. So inevitably my child will become, as an adult, someone who like wears a Snuggie to work or something like that. and her child will become someone who wears a suit to the first day of 9th grade or something like that, and then it'll just keep going around. Falling asleep in jeans is underrated. I mean, we've had the discussion like 100 times, but like I could easily fall asleep in jeans. It would not, I don't even think it would add a minute to my initiation phase, man. I wouldn't do it, and the reason I wouldn't do it is because it's not done, but I could easily do it. Jeans, no underwear? I would need to have underwear on, for sure. Jeans, no underwear, I could not do. Because when you're, and I don't know if this is a circumcised thing, but your urethra directly touching a cold metal zipper is very, like, it's uncomfortable in a variety of different ways. It's cold, it's precarious. You realize how sharp a zipper can be. Not good. You just got the tip out all the time. I liked it better when we thought that circumcision was... Okay, phrasing. I liked it better when cut was the norm and we were all making fun of uncut Andys. Now that the culture has reversed and the uncut Andes are going, wait, you just got that thing hanging out all the time? I'm not liking the dynamic as much. Oh, can we go back to, wait, so you got like a turtleneck on your thing? Can we go back to that? I'm a cut guy, I'm with you. I hear you, man. I mean, I didn't do it to myself. This shit happened to me when I was like a baby. I don't know. I for all I know, I might have been like 1 minute old when it happened. Why though? I don't know. Because our parents were fed like propaganda that it was like if you don't get circumcised, your penis is gonna get infected like non-stop apparently. And probably like I mean I'm guessing that the reason I got circumcised is because my dad is probably circumcised if I had to guess. So then when they were like, "Are you gonna circumcise your son?" He was like, "I guess," because like it's been working out all right for me. Like it just kind of pass it on. You never asked? Never had a conversation like that with my dad, to be honest with you. Never asked my dad if he's circumcised. I think he would take the question fine. I think he would say something like, "Let's put it this way." And then he would try to construct a euphemism to avoid answering the question directly, but would instead come up with like a clumsy sort of euphemism. That's like, let's just say, if it was a person, they wouldn't be dressed for cold weather. And I would be like, I think I got it. And then like 15 years later, I would find out he actually constructed the analogy exactly backwards. So, so that for my whole life, I've been thinking that he was like the opposite of what he actually was. That would be my guess. His reaction to the pomelo was sus. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard for your dad to lose aura, but he lost some aura when I fed him a piece of pomelo and he basically touched it with the tip of his tongue and then made a disgusted face. Like this is the guy who my mom like meal preps for him and he sent her a picture of like him eating a bowl of chili and he went, "This is the best chili you've ever made." And she was like, "That's bolognese sauce." So it's like, it's not like he's got the most discerning palate on the planet. He's a really funny guy, though. He was not fucking with the pomelo, though. I thought about getting circumcised in my adult life. Well, I'm not a urologist. There might be a reason to get it done as an adult if you got, you know, some unique physiological issues coming up. But I probably wouldn't get any I'm not getting any optional surgeries done to my penis, I think. Seems like the recovery is sort of not something I want to sign up for. As someone who's already had something done to my testicles. Wife is 38 weeks today. What advice do you have for a first-time papa? Listen. I'm trying to think. We get this question a lot, and it's a good question. First off, congratulations. Secondly, the first week is fucked up, especially. I'm trying to think about sleep while you can. No, it's too late. You need to start banking it like a couple of years in advance. The one thing that I remember, there's two things. Actually, there's three things, and they're very gross. The first two are very gross, and the third one is not gross at all. But it's gross, but it's real. I'm not just being gross just to be gross. I'm being gross to, like, productively. Sure, I'll take kidney stone here. The first one is... did you know, so you don't have a heart attack, Have you done the prep? Like read the baby books and stuff so that you know that like the baby's first few poops are like eldritch horrors because they're pushing out like I don't know, nutritive slurry and like dead cells from the placenta and stuff like that. So like the poops can be like really, really disgusting. Let's put it this way, not brown, could be completely black for sure. And also, again, not to be gross, but also grow up. If your baby is a girl, she can actually have like an artificial like menstruation, basically just after being born because of the hormones that she's gotten through the umbilical cord from her mom. So like, prepare yourself for that too. Yeah, it's kind of like they're going through the calibration. So those are the two where that just like the other stuff you'll just figure it out. I can't really be like, you know, have a bunch of meals in the fridge. Like you're nothing's gonna save you. It's just you just got to get through the first little bit. But then the other one is, and I don't even know if someone had told this to me, I probably wouldn't have listened. Main actionable regret from like the week that my daughter was born was definitely trying to sleep in shifts so that somebody was always awake to like gaze upon the child. That's not necessary. Everyone is going to tell you to sleep when the child sleeps. And that is exactly the right advice, but especially if it's your first kid, you're probably going to be like, someone has to have eyes on this child at all times just in case something happens. So that for us, I would say that lasted like 2 or 3 days before eventually we were like, if we do this, we're going to die. Like we're like involuntarily falling asleep. That's true. We're actually going to win, which is crazy. Kill your ego and exist as a wife-serving machine? Well, yeah, but also, I don't know. Chad hates this, but it's not a bit. I'm always going to bat for millennial and Gen Z men because all the ones that I know are like working really hard and doing their best. But then the people who don't see them and just are, you know, enlisted soldiers in the culture war online are like, you're probably not doing enough domestic labor. I read on Reddit that you're like men are never doing enough domestic labor. And I'm like, meanwhile, every dad that I know is just like, as soon as they sit down in a chair, they're like, hey, how's it going? Like that at the birthday parties, they're just crashing out, man. I did not say I'm a men's rights activist. What I did say in the Discord is that I do feel like as millennial and Gen Z fathers, we are kind of like, our dads and granddads maybe didn't do awesome jobs. My dad did okay. My granddads weren't really doing that much. I think they were mostly just going to work and then, I don't know, coming home and being like, where's dinner? But like we're eating the shit that they should have eaten. When meanwhile, we already ate their shit because they raised us. So I'm eating 2 shit meals from one ass, basically. Again, my dad did a good job, but... And now people are like, fuck you! And you're like, why? And they're like, 'cause I've seen Mad Men. I've seen what Don Draper fucking did in the 1960s. That's a fake guy that doesn't exist. And if he was real, he would be like 106 years old right now. Are you serious? All right, slash marker. That's Isaac 1, and then let's